Hi, this is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. Here we are today, gathered. Thank you so much for being here. I want to talk about the place where a lot of people might be. I am one of them. We're here into this, the couple weeks into this new year. We have reflected on last year. We've set our intentions on this year. We're learning new focus. We're learning new mindsets. We're learning new behaviors. And sometimes we get into these new processes, and then there is this like the resolution fatigue, or there's like this like kind of like detoxing, I guess we can call it that too. I think that's a buzzword that people might know. But I feel like we get into this like lull, into this we can maybe feel this on a level that is physical, mental, neurological, um, all places in our being are shifting. And we have this tendency to go into challenging ourselves in our new behavior. And so, this video, I want to talk about that a little bit. It's something that's showing up for me, the changes that I've made, and the goals that I've set. They are starting me to be like, gulp, like that was a lot. That's a lot to to take on. Excuse me. But it was exciting, a month ago or so, now like month and a half, and to really ramp into these things. It was still exciting. But now I'm in a place where it feels like I can feel the wheels grinding a little bit instead of just before they were spinning, then they were actually like turning and cranking. And now I can sort of feel them like grinding. My shoulders are hurting and my hip from yoga, and it's colder out now, and it's harder to do my commitment for being outside, walking the dogs, building that team to get that extra exercise in with that walk with the dogs, in the goal that I've set, the marketing goals, the program goals, the house cleaning goals. There's a lot of it that it feels like I understand what I was doing, but I feel the grinding, like the I feel the difference. And so today when I was walking, I was putting myself in a place where I was really reminding myself that, like, I feel this because it's different. I feel this because I've never been here before. And what's pushing back this resistance of like, oh, your shoulders kind of, and the hip is, and, this housework, this routine isn't feeling very fluid yet. Maybe you don't have to do all of that, Sarah. That's this like voice, that's this pushing back. And you know what that is? That's our old self wanting to be back in the comfort zone of even the struggle that we once knew. If we knew that for a long time, that's our major comfort zone. And so, of course, to be stepping out of that threshold into something new, our body is in this response of like, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. And it throws out things to try to pull us back into what aligns with our belief system, where we have been at for years. That's our comfort zone. And so our subconscious mind kind of like knocks on the threshold and is like, hey, we used to be back here, and it was fine, and your shoulder didn't hurt, and it wasn't this cold out, and you could stay inside, and you could do the housework, you could do that dusting every couple weeks. You don't have to do it every Monday. There's this like cycle that our body wants to push us back into just because it's our comfort zone. It doesn't mean that it was serving us. It doesn't. It just means that we understood that better. So I'm in that place where I'm really talking to myself. I'm really trying to raise the love and connect to something, that is a piece of that love, that is a piece of this new nutrition, In that blog post and the newsletter, I talk about how our days here in upstate New York are getting longer. And so it's the plant life around us that has all that wisdom is rising up. That sap is coming from the roots. It's been distilled into everything that tree needs right now. And so I have distilled my experiences, packed them away, created stillness, and now I'm trusting that this new wisdom that's been hashed out by my balanced chakras, my meridian system, my belief systems, my goals, those goals are there because of that warrior inside of me that is still, that's going to be on that journey forever of being part of a practice of becoming a better warrior. So all of those things are coming together to have created that motivation and that excitement month ago or so. And then now I'm in a place where I have to reconnect to that. I have to trust that. I have to believe in that light and I have to raise that love. I have to find that love and apply that to that. I have to find that light. I have to find that motivation. I have to find what I had in the beginning of the journey. What did that feel like? What did I want to feel like at the end of my journey? And create those situations, create that thought cycle that's going to set me up for success. So while I was out walking, I was reminded that I've created the experience of this team, where my dogs are going to expect to go for a walk. And as I was getting ready this morning, they were just like circling, and hovering outside of, the bathroom when I was like brushing my teeth and uh, doing my stuff and just like, when are we going? When are we going? When are we going? And it creates this place where I can't disappoint them. Like they're on this journey too. They have expectations and I can appreciate that because once that walk is over, I feel much more stimulated, even if it's a much shorter walk than what my intention is. And a lot of times when it's just setting myself up for getting out the door, because I will say, I'll just walk, this very short loop. And then once I'm out and once I realize I'm not as cold as I thought I would be. The dogs, I have one that pulls on the leash and I don't like that. And, he's actually not pulling that much today and, waving at cars and it's just showing up is the part that I need help with. And once I get out the door, even if my intentions are a very short walk, a very limited involvement, just to say, yes, I did this, the minimum 10 minutes, whatever, um, it gets me out the door. It shows at when I show up, when I'm there, that's the hardest part. Then it just sort of takes over. And then the other parts of of the systems that I have with between the dogs and the cat and the wood stove, as there's a lot of dust in my house and it irritates my sinuses, it irritates my eyes. So I put out the dustings equipment every Sunday night. And sometimes even when I'm putting it out, I just end up dusting, so then that's done. But I noticed that when this last Sunday when I set it out, I forgot to set it out, and then I was thinking, I don't want to get up out of bed, and I don't want to go over to the kitchen, and I don't want to grab it. I'll just do it in the morning. And then I was just like, that's the old Sarah knocking on that door, that threshold of like, come on back here, it's really not that dusty. It could wait for another week. You can skip this week, and then there is that motivation part of me that recognizes that. And I don't want that experience. I want that regular dusting, which it sounds so dumb, but it's it's a huge part of the changes for this year. I don't want that again. I don't want that. I want light work every week and I want to be in like an automatic program in my mind where I'm going to be stimulating myself. So that's just a few examples of the way that I feel like I'm I made that goal to be through the threshold. I made that goal to make these changes, and it felt great and it was exciting and I was glad to be doing things. And then kind of, I don't want to say I hit a brick wall, but I definitely hit something that's pushing back against me, and making me notice things that I did not notice in the first week, in the, second week, um, and moving into this like third week, third phase. Um, it's just it's on my mind. So I thought I'd share it in case that's something that you're going through now or whenever you find your way to this video. And that's my dog May May saying hello. In case you heard her shaking, um, creating dust in my space. Oh, geez. Okay, well, thank you for being here, and thank you for listening to me sort of ramble and scramble today. And I think it's my fractured energy, and I think this has really helped collect it, help me put some solid intention and some words and focus, make my public commitment, which is always wonderful. I feel like when we make a commitment out there and other people hear it, it makes us become a little bit more accountable. But then recognizing just where I'm at. And I feel like that's really beneficial. And so if you're dealing with any of this, like questioning, pushing back, having trouble moving forward, feeling the gears kind of grinding, then I hope this will motivate you and pull you into a place where you can find yourself some support to help that love rise. You can find some motivation to help that love rise. You can remind yourself of where it is you want to go and what it is you don't want anymore, right? Um, what we don't want can't be our goal, but it can really help pull us back into like, ooh, this is very different. I didn't want that. And guess what? It's still not here because I have this and this and this and this. So yeah, so I hope you can find something out of this. I'm glad to connect with you here for this for this extra video for January and the Love Rising. We have tonight, Monday nights through January 17th, including January 17th. We have the live webinar for Warrior School information and what it's about, who it's for, and how to move forward with signing up for the program. That is Monday nights at 5 p.m. So we have January 10th and January 17th still. You have to do the webinar to be able to move forward into Warrior School, just so we can connect and make sure that it's going to work for you. And I have this Love Rising program that is going to be coming out in February, so please look for that. It's going to be an email thing, a weekly email. It's free. But it does require you to sign up, so please look for that on the website. If you're signed up for the newsletters, which you can do on the website, in that little light box pop-up that shows up once you get on the website, that'll get you enrolled in the emails. I'll be announcing that Love Rising for February, so we can continue that journey and help it grow into something bigger, better, and more beautiful, just like you are. So I will talk about all this stuff coming forward. Make sure you're subscribed here, and you'll be able to get notifications about the new videos. Make sure you're on the email list, and I will talk to you again very soon. Thanks again for being here. This is Sarah from Aligned with Sarah. Have a wonderful day.